Hey, so today I wanted to share with you guys a couple of my home birth essentials. I've now had two home births, two water births at home, and I just wanted to share with you guys what it is that it's like essential to have for your labor and postpartum. Um, Usually, when you have a midwife, she may provide you with a few things like the pool and the pump and like pads and Chuck's pads and stuff. I know my midwife did, but there are some midwives that will tell you to go ahead and go on a website and order a birth kit, which will have all these things. But this time around, I did a home birth, free birth. So I did. I needed to get my own things because I didn't have a midwife. I didn't hire a midwife to be there to help me deliver my baby. Although my midwife was pregnant, she was there. We have a great relationship, and she was there for support and to document my labor, and my birth itself. So first off, you're gonna need a pool. So this pool is an Oasis pool. Um, and it's a birthing pool. If you look online, you Google Oasis birthing pool, it'll come up. I actually got this secondhand off of Facebook Marketplace. It was not used before, and I paid $40 for it, so it was a pretty good find. A woman was supposed to have a home birth and ended up going to the hospital, so she needed to sell it. So I got that and a liner. And a liner is very important to have because you don't want like all the stuff to get inside of the pool. You want to just put a liner on it so that when you're done, all you got to do is like wrap it around and throw it in the garbage. I actually washed my liner and just like hung dry it because I didn't really have any gunk in there, and I felt like I didn't want to throw a big sheet of plastic away. But yeah, so a pool and a liner is number one that you're gonna have. A midwife will most likely have a pool already. Um, some may ask you to buy them. My midwife didn't. She provides the pool with her services, and she also has something to fill it up. So I have an electric pump that I got from Walmart. I think I paid $13 for it. It's a regular pump that you can use it for anything, like an air mattress pump. And so I use this to fill up my pool, and it was very simple. And it came with like three nozzles. So make sure you get one that has like a few different nozzles, or um, so it's different sizes. Cause my pool, the hole in my pool is pretty big, and this one came with a big enough one to inflate it. Um, Another, like probably the one of the most important things I would say is a peri bottle. You can get these on Amazon. I think I paid like $2 for it, and this is a lifesaver. So after you give birth, you're not gonna want to touch your vaginal area, or like wash it with you want to just, it's gonna to make it to, I'm sorry, I'm like having a mind blank. You just, it's a easier way to wash when after you give birth, where you don't have to wipe or you don't have to touch it. You can just fill this water bottle up and squirt, and it's a lifesaver. I feel like I use this after birth. I when I use the bathroom, like I don't use toilet paper. I just wash off with the peri bottle, and then maybe with dab afterwards, like dab dry, so I'm not wet. But this is a lifesaver, and you need to have this. This is like the number one thing you need to order. Um, Next, I would say old towels. Like these are towels that I've had forever. They have like bleach stains on them, and I have a bunch of them that I just had for the labor and birth itself. I ended up like putting one in the pool with me because I was like trying to lean my head over it. Just to dry yourself off after. You may be bloody, baby might be bloody, so you don't want to use a brand new white towel or a brand new towel. Just have towels that you have laying around so that you can just clean up quick messes, and then you can either throw them away if they're really bad, or just throw them in the washer, and you can have them for later. But just don't go out and buy new towels to give birth with. Another thing is old blankets. I have this blanket. I used it for my last birth, and basically I had this one on my bed because I knew that there might have been a chance that I would have got blood, or the baby may have pooped on the bed. And it's funny because he ended up pooping right on his daddy, like right as soon as I gave him to his daddy. He pooped all over the bed and all over him. So it was great to have it. I washed it, and it came out. The stain did come out. But it's like you don't want to have new sheets on your bed. And I know a lot of people recommend that you have two sheets. So you have this one, and then you have the nice sheet that you're going to use under your bed. So if it doesn't get dirty right away, it's like you just have an old sheet on your bed because you're liable to just get stains all over it. Next, I would say Chuck's pads. So these, I have two kinds. So I have these, and these are like the standard, you know. So these, I use these for everything, like to wipe off stuff. I know for myself, when I tend, well, for this birth, I bleed. So my midwife will just like press my stomach, and it's good to just have this under you, because then everything just goes on it, and you could just throw it away in the garbage instead of like doing that on a towel, like, because it's like you have like tissue and stuff in there, so you don't want to it's just good to have these. Also, I have these kind, which are a little bit bigger, and what I did was I put these on the side of the bed that I was sleeping on. I laid them all down, and I slept on this for the first like 2 days because I was bleeding pretty heavily, so I didn't want to get my sheets dirty or stained. So it's good to have a pack of these. You can get these anywhere. I think I got these at Family Dollar, and it's a pack of 18. And I used like 4 of them, and then I was done because I didn't even end up bleeding through or anything. But I do like these because they're small. I also use these for the placenta initially, like to put the placenta on for a little bit while I dress it. And now I've learned that you don't want to, well, it's up to you, but now, for now on, although I don't want to have any more kids, I don't want to put my placenta on this and leave it in there. But in the past I have, where I just like laid the placenta in it and kind of carried it around like that. My friend actually she came over one night and she helped me move the placenta into a glass bowl. And that is a little bit more limiting because it is heavier, but we ended up not putting any Chuck's pads in it. It was just, we just laid the placenta, we put herbs and salt on the bottom, and then we laid the placenta on top, and then went ahead and dressed it on top. And it actually was better because, I didn't have all this paper and everything on there, and you just don't know what this is made of, so you don't want that to seep into the placenta while it's still pulsating and giving baby nutrients, because you don't want that to carry through. Next, very important, are pads. I have these 7th generation ones. You got to take care of your area down there. You don't want to just be using things that have fragrance, especially after giving birth. The ones that are like always, and they have like, it smell good, and it doesn't smell good anyways. And these, I actually got the wrong ones, but it was too late. These don't have wings. I suggest you get wings because these move around. I haven't had a problem with them, but I seen in the past that they move around and it can get messy. But you want to have at least like 2 or 3 or 4 packs of pads. You're gonna be bleeding for a while, but the first few days or weeks are gonna be the most heavy. So definitely have pads. I also got these pads from a friend. They're, I think, called Lamo Herbal Pads, and these are the best thing. Like, I don't think I would ever buy those pads again for my moon cycle, or just in general. Like, these are the bomb. Like, they are herbal, so they have aloe, lavender, mint, rose, and something else that I can't pronounce, hutunia. And they're antiviral. The rose is for pain relief. The mint is refreshing. The lavender is anti-inflammatory, and the aloe is moisturizing. And when I tell you, you put these things on, and like, it is like very cooling and refreshing for you after giving birth. And it's like, I didn't know. I just was like, man, this is like the best thing I ever tried. And I feel like every woman should have this in their postpartum kit. You can get these online. It's LHAMO. I'll put it in the description for you guys to find them. But I definitely recommend these pads. These have wings and they are longer. And I find that they're thin, and they don't I didn't have any issues with leaking with them. So I definitely recommend these pads over any other pads that I've used in the past. Adult underwear. So I had this from my midwife, like from last time. These are huge. These are like a size extra large, but you can find these online as well. I'm sure you can get Depends, but these are great for right after giving birth, because you are going to be bleeding a whole lot, and these have like, it's a diaper basically. So these are good for you to wear. Your midwife will probably have these for you, they usually do. I remember a midwife giving me like 5 or 6 of them with Callie's birth. And I didn't use it this time because this was like an extra large, and I couldn't fit it, so it just would have been a mess anyways. But these are really good for your initial, like right after labor, for sure. Um, Trash bags. You need trash bags. You're gonna have to be throwing a bunch of stuff away, like um, the Chucks pads, bloody, whatever you're wiping things down with. Just have them around. Have it around so that you can put your dirty towels in, and you can bring it to your laundry room, or But definitely just have trash bags around. It'll just make it easier for you to clean up. Let's see. Also, this is important to have, an ear bulb syringe. I didn't need to use it, but your midwife will definitely have this as well, or will tell you to get it, and you will get it in your birth kit. I had it just in case Saya was, if I needed to suction anything out of his mouth, but he ended up coming out perfectly fine. But definitely have an ear bulb syringe. And also, you're going to want to have, I didn't have it because I didn't expect to give birth when I gave birth. Like, I always go over, and I was already like 41 days and I think 4 days, 41 weeks and 4 days over. And I'm like, oh yeah, tomorrow's Tuesday. Like, I can go to the store and get a plastic tarp for my pool, and I can go ahead and do all these things. And he had other plans. Like, he was ready to come out then. So I think what I ended up doing was I had like a blue blanket that I used to cover something else in the house, and I ended up putting that on the floor. And I didn't need it because we didn't make a mess at all. But it's good to have. We have carpet, so it's like you don't want to make a mess of water, and then if the pool ends up leaking, like, you can just have a big old mess. So you want to have a plastic tarp to catch any water or anything. The other important thing that you're gonna need is a hose. You can get these from anywhere. The funny part with us is that I got this hose, and the hose didn't even fit on my sink for me to fill up the pool. So we had to fill up our pool with like our water jugs. We get our water. We like fill up these big jugs of water. So we were sitting there like in the bathtub filling up water and just like running back and forth to the pool. So thank God we had time to fill it up before he got here. But you're definitely gonna need a hose, and you're gonna probably need like a washer. That's what we needed. Something to go in here to fit around your sink. So make sure you get a hose, and you probably do that like at 37 weeks. Most midwives don't provide the hose. They'll tell you get a hose and have it so that when I'm here, then we can fill up the pool. Because you don't want to kind of share a hose and bring that around, because you're at the end you're gonna dump your pool. You're gonna use the hose and a pump to dump whatever was in your pool out. So it's just like, it's sanitary to just have your own hose. But yeah, make sure you get it, and you make sure it fits on your sink well before your birth. The day of your birth, or because you don't want to go into labor and have to worry about like, oh, I gotta go run and get a jug of water and fill. It took a while, but just to be safe, just double check. There, one thing that I didn't have that I want to say that you should have, is a heating pad for after birth. Like, I had some crazy cramps afterwards, and like even worse. I feel like even worse than the contractions that I had before actually giving birth. The cramps that I had after were so much worse. So if I would have had a heating pad at that, like the first day, I think I would have been better. I could have slept a little better, and I could have been a little more relaxed. My birth was amazing. It was beautiful. It was the least painful, although this is the biggest baby, and I'll share with that in another video. But definitely have a heating pad so that you can take care of yourself afterwards. Another few things that I like to have, to make sure I have, are I like incense and Palo Santo. You want to make sure that your birth space is like everything that you want. Now you got to think about the things that make you comfortable. I know that I love the smell of Palo Santo. I love incense, and those things calm me down. I love to have music playing, and last time I think I was playing like a bunch of reggae and like good like soothing island beats, and then this time I was listening to like meditative music, and the Palo Santo was going, and I feel like that really like helped me and calmed me down and put me in a state where I was like, okay, you are in labor, you need to surrender, and it just put me in that mind state that I needed to be in. Some people may not like incense, it might be too strong, but for me, I know that definitely works, and it's something that I like to have. And I had a table with my candles, that I have, they were for specific reasons, like for strength and for love and for confidence, so that I could actually go through the actual labor, and they had affirmations on them. And that helped me, because when I'm laboring and having contractions, I was looking at them and I was reading, and it was giving me the strength that I needed. I didn't get to make actual affirmation cards like I did with Callie. And with those, what I did was I just went online and I looked up different affirmations for pregnant women, and I put them on an index card and I decorated them, and I had them actually around my birth pool under a liner, so that when I was in the birth pool I could read each one, and that also helped me. So look for different ways that can help ease your mind while you're in labor. Think about the things that you do on a daily that make you feel good, that you're like, maybe I should do that during labor as well. For after labor too, you want to have nursery, like milk. You want to get your milk supply going as soon as possible if you're going to choose to breastfeed. I say breast is best. All my kids were breastfed. My son was not fully breastfed, but my last, well, Saya and Callie were, and I knew it was important for me to get my milk supply going ASAP. So I have a friend who brought this over. It's Yogi Women's Nursing Support tea, and it's organic and non-GMO. You want to make sure that you're not getting, that you are getting organic teas when you are drinking tea, because otherwise you're going to be drinking like pesticide soup. So it's very important. And then I have another one, which is organic mother's milk from Traditional Medicinals, and this is really, really good. This tea, it has like fennel, lavender, anise, coriander, fenugreek, thistle, spearmint, lemongrass, lemon verbena, and marshmallow root. And it's so good. I don't really like tea, but these two are really good, and they really help my milk supply, because I was a little worried. I felt like it took a little longer for my milk to come in, so I started drinking a lot of tea, and now I'm good to go. I'm flowing. I also have a herbal bath that I make with different herbs. And what you want to do with this, you don't need to use all of it at a time, maybe half. And you want to I don't have the bag to show you right now, but what I do is I take like a muslin bag, a drawstring bag, and I kind of boil hot water, and I fill the like half of this in to the muslin bag, and I steep it inside the pot, and then I fill up the bathtub, and I put that tea in the bathtub with me, and I sit and I let my lower body sit in the bathtub, and these herbs will help with the healing process, help you heal faster. And you can also add essential oils to this as well, but most essential oils have alcohol in them, so you don't want to use anything with alcohol initially, because you just want to make sure that it's gonna hurt, it's gonna burn, and you don't want to feel that you already just gave birth. So just plain herbs, a herbal tea in your bathtub will definitely work for you. I also got this type of Sitz bath. It's a Sitz bath soak. It was from a friend, and this has water, alcohol as well. That's why I haven't used it yet. I think it's Sunday. I gave birth on Tuesday, so I think at this point I'm gonna use it. I didn't have any tearing, and I actually wasn't sore after giving birth at all, which is like a miracle, because with Callie I was very, very sore. But I just still wanted to avoid alcohol initially. So now I'm gonna go ahead and use this. And what you do with this one is that it says you mix 1 ounce into a half a gallon of warm water and pour into a shallow tub or a Sitz bath pan. And you can find a bath pan on Amazon or anywhere online, or even at a pharmacy. And you sit on it, and that will help with the healing process as well. I didn't get to make this, but I did want to share this with you. You can make a postpartum spray, like a perinatal spray, which means that you could spray it on your like vaginal area and like down there to help with the process of healing as well. And I didn't get to make it, but I'm just going to show you what I bought to make it. So you get witch hazel, alcohol-free witch hazel, and the essential oils that I was told to use was rosemary, frankincense, and lavender. So you put about maybe 10 drops of each, and then you get a glass bottle. Make sure it's glass. and you fill it. You fill it with I can find the recipe for you guys, but you fill it with part witch hazel, part water, and then with however many drops of essential oils, and you spray. Then you can spray yourself. And also, what you can do is, if you are not able to find these herbal pads, is that you can take a regular pad, open it, spray it onto the pad, and you can use that. If you don't want to spray your skin directly, you can use that instead. But make sure you get glass bottles when you're dealing with anything with essential oils, because the plastic, it can leach, and it's just like not good for us at all. So make sure you get glass. I also got these on Amazon really cheap. I think I paid for two of these 8-ounce bottles. I think I paid like $7 for them, or $11. So it's really affordable, and it's better to do it at home than to buy, I feel like, things out for like big commercial things, because you don't know exactly what's in them, and a lot of them have alcohol, and that's just like not what you want to use on your body after giving birth. um Oh, so another thing that I feel like every woman should have is coconut water. I know they say you want to rejuvenate, you want to make sure that you are hydrated, and I think I drank like 4 young coconuts throughout my labor. I had a short labor. I started laboring at 4 in the morning, which was like my pre-labor, but my real labor was 2 hours, or like an hour and a half. And but within that hour and a half, I was just like chugging coconuts, and I feel like that helped me so much. It kept my body cool, and it kept me hydrated, so that I could just like keep going. I felt like with my son, with my first birth, I was so dehydrated, so hungry, and I didn't have the strength to give birth, you know. But with Saya, I was like, all right, I got these coconuts. Although I felt like I couldn't do it for a moment in time, um, I felt like I was able to do it because I was hydrated, and I had the nutrients that I needed. I was strong enough to go ahead and do it. But yeah, basically that's it. Like I said, most midwives are gonna have a lot of these things, like the pool, the liner, the peri bottle. They'll have the chucks pads. Well, this is my midwife who had it. She even had herbs for me as well. But just have to check with your midwife to see what they provide and what they don't provide with their services. But you definitely will need a hose, and obviously your own blankets and stuff like that. Just don't wait to the last minute, like I did. And luckily, it didn't matter that I did, because I didn't really need much during my labor. This is my third child, and like I said, it's my second home birth. So I kind of was familiar with what I needed, and I'm a minimalist. Like, I don't like having too much stuff around and all that stuff. That's why I was kind of stalling to get everything that I thought I needed, but I end up not needing. But that's just my story. Some people may need you may need more. You know, there's other people who like get olive oil, peroxide, all these other things. I feel like, yeah, I have peroxide in my drawer. I have olive oil downstairs just in case I needed it. But those are things that I don't think about. But everyone is different. So just you can look online, or you can contact me, and but you can definitely look online and see other people's home birth essentials, and you can get ideas from them. But this is definitely what worked for me. And yeah, it's a great experience, and I can't wait to share my birth story with you guys. Thank you for tuning in.